Chinese SUVs have been known to give tremendous value, bang for the buck, if you may. So what happens if a Chinese car maker will give you an SUV that not only gives us tremendous value, but also outperforms the rest of the competition? You see, what we have here is an upcoming model from Chery Auto Philippines, the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro 2-liter all-wheel drive, and in this video, we find out what we can expect. Let's do this. Hello guys, I'm Reagan and welcome back to another First Look Car Review. If you're new to my channel, I want you to click that subscribe button for your regular dose of Philippine automotive content. If you're my subscriber already, well, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. But first, click that like button. Also, special thanks to Chery Auto Philippines for giving us the first crack at their upcoming model, the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro 2-liter all-wheel drive. So what exactly can we expect from this upcoming variant of the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro? You see guys, Chery Auto Philippines has just launched, well at the time of this filming, the all-new Chery Tiggo 8 Pro 1.6-liter as well as the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro PHEV, or as how I like to call it, PHEV. So why in the world will we be even interested in a third variant of the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro? Well guys, two things. First, 255 horsepower. Now I got your attention. Second, all-wheel drive. Oh yeah, and a third point, which I believe is the most important point of them all, is that Chery Auto Philippines is looking at pricing this thing at below 2 million Philippine pesos. Now, if that were to become true, then this Chery Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive shall become the most powerful 7-seater SUV for below 2 million Philippine pesos. Now what we have here is the engineering unit of the Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive, so you can expect some minor tweaks to happen between this and the final production model. Now in other countries, this variant is known as the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro Max. Although I don't think Chery Auto Philippines will name it as the Tiggo 8 Pro Max because it sounds too much like a cell phone. However guys, the front fascia of this thing would likely be the same as the final production model because it shares the same look as its 1.6-liter and PHEV siblings. The Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive gets the same large front grille here, this Euro-inspired front grille, as well as the full LED lighting units. The Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive has the same side profile as the Tiggo 8 Pro 1.6-liter. Now, that means that we get the same size 18-inch alloy wheels here with the same design and premium mechanical bits. You see, the Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive gets 4-wheel disc brakes here, and for the suspension, we have a MacPherson setup in the front and a multi-link rear suspension. However guys, a weird omission here that I notice is that this thing doesn't come with a panoramic sunroof. Now, this is still an engineering unit, so there is still that chance that we might get a panoramic sunroof in the final production model that Chery Auto Philippines will bring in. Although, to be straight with you guys, I have a feeling that it's going to be a remote possibility, a slim possibility, because this Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive is really more of the performance variant in the Tiggo 8 Pro lineup. And yes, Even if a panoramic sunroof is so nice to look at, so gorgeous, it is on the heavy side though, so it carries with it a weight penalty. Just like the side profile, this Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive gets an identical rear end to the Tiggo 8 Pro 1.6 liter, well, except for one massive difference here. We get a set of quad exhaust pipes, and these are functional quad exhaust pipes as befitting an all-wheel drive monster. Now, aside from those yummy looking tailpipes there, we get the same designed LED taillights here. These are gorgeous LED taillights, as well as the Chery lettering found here in the middle of the liftgate. Now, we also get, well, this is a smart power liftgate here, guys. And once you pop it open, well, the Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive gets the same size cargo capacity here as the other Tiggo 8 Pro variants. Well, with the third row folded down like that, it gives back over 1,100 liters of trunk space. And if you fold down the second row seats, that expands to over 2,000 liters of cargo carrying capacity. One of the reasons why the Geely Coolray became so popular here in the country is it provides massive power for the price. Now, we can say the same for this Chery Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive. You see, what we have here, guys, is a 2-liter, 4-cylinder turbocharged gasoline motor that pumps out 255 horsepower and 390 Newton meters of torque. Now, all of that power can be sent to all 4 wheels via a 7-speed wet-type dual-clutch transmission. Now, those power figures puts this Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive at the same performance level as the Mazda CX-9 all-wheel drive and the Subaru Evoltis. However, this Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive will come in at more than 1,000,000 Philippine pesos less than its contenders. Now, gentlemen, this is Chery Auto coming out with a statement that not only do they provide vehicles with tremendous value, but they also provide vehicles that can give you top-level performance. The Chery Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive gets a cabin that is a mix of the features and amenities found in the Tiggo 8 Pro 1.6 liter and the PHEV. However, it's not really the most ideal mix, guys, because, well, we do get this gorgeous twin LED display panels there, but we only get black faux leather seats here, similar to the ones found in the PHEV. Now, if it were up to me, I would retain these twin LED displays there, but I will spec this with that luscious brown faux leather seats found in the Tiggo 8 Pro 1.6 liter. Now, this is still the engineering unit, guys, so the final production variant might get that kind of spec, so fingers crossed. Now, having said that though, we still get power adjustments for both front seats here, and we also have a leather wrap flat bottom steering wheel that also hides a pair of paddle shifters. Now, just like the other Tiggo 8 variants, we have a wheel that tilts and it also telescopes, guys. So yep, and when you look at the instrument gauge panel here, well, this is a 12.3-inch gauge panel. And I love that when you toggle it to the navigation option, yeah, the map shows up right there in the center of the gauges, which is something that I would normally expect to see in a vehicle that's coming from, let's say, a premium European brand. But we also have that here in the Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive. Now, when you go over to the infotainment system, this is a 12.3-inch touchscreen infotainment system with all of the bells and whistles. You see, it comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, plus it has the image of the 360-degree view camera with 3D mode, and this is a full HD camera image. Now, we also have a voice command here in this Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive, so let me demonstrate that to you guys.
I'm listening.
Yeah, set my aircon to 18 degrees.
Okay, I've adjusted the temperature in all areas to 18.0 degrees.
Awesome, guys. That is pretty nifty. So I really hope the final production model also retains that voice command feature. Now this Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive also comes with a 6-speaker Sony sound setup. And coming to this location, I was able to fully test out the sound stage of this thing. And it is so good, guys. I mean, it is really, really good. Now, other than that, we get the same features found in the other Tiggo 8 Pro variants. We have a fully automatic dual zone climate control system here. We also have the gorgeous engine start-stop button, and we also have an electronic park brake with an auto hold feature. However, guys, I did notice that this Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive doesn't come with advanced driver assist system that can be found in the Tiggo 8 Pro 1.6 liter. Now, we still get a decent set of safety bits here, as you can now see on your screen. But yes, we are not getting ADAS or advanced driver assist systems. The good thing though, guys, is we get more drive modes here. You see this Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive is, well, it's an all-wheel drive. So we get 6 drive modes. So we have an eco mode, a normal mode, and a sport mode. So yeah, I'm happy to see it has a normal mode. Now we also have 3 off-road modes here. Well, we have one mode called off-road. We have another mode for snow and a mode for mud. Now guys, here's the thing. The way I'm seeing it is Chery Auto Philippines is looking to differentiate its Tiggo 8 Pro variants by the type of priority that you have when it comes to these vehicles. You see, if you're the type that you want all the bells and whistles, you want all of the safety bits, all of the goodies, the panoramic sunroof and stuff like that, then you do well to go with the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro 1.6 liter. Now, if you're the type of person who wants maximum fuel efficiency, maximum fuel savings, then you can opt for the Tiggo 8 Pro PHEV. But if you're somebody like me, and a small group of us who are enthusiasts, you're a performance junkie, you just salivate at the mere mention of 255 horsepower. Well, guys, this Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive is the best variant for you. The back seat, or the second row seat of the Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive, is practically identical to the 1.6 liter and the PHEV, although it doesn't really feel as airy and as spacious here because, as I said, we are lacking the panoramic sunroof. Now, it's not really a big deal for me, guys, because it's not like it's a cramped space. In fact, we get a good amount of space here, but it just doesn't feel as expansive as the Tiggo 8 Pros with the panoramic sunroof. Now, when it comes to absolute space, as I said, identical. This is my driving position here. I still get around 8-9 inches of knee room here and a good, pretty similar 8-9 inches of headroom. Now, the toys here at the back, well, we do get the same level of toys here. We get a couple of rear AC vents here, and we get some USB charge ports. But this engineering unit comes with the seat warmers or heated seats here on the second row. So that's a pretty good feature if you live in Siberia. But here in the Philippines, not really gonna be used that much. We also have center armrest here with a couple of cup holders. And as for the third row seats, well, it would get the same amount of space. So for a small adult like myself, it shouldn't be a problem. Although this engineering unit also doesn't come with third row AC vents. So it might get a little bit toasty at the back if ever you're relegated to the third row seats of this vehicle. But guys, enough of the passenger seats here. This Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive is the performance variant, so it's now time to take it for a drive. Alright guys, we are now driving the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive, and ladies and gentlemen, this vehicle feels like an answered prayer. You see, my personal preference is really to drive vehicles that come with all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or at the very least, rear-wheel drive. Now, the reason behind I prefer vehicles with all-wheel drive functionality is, first and foremost guys, the safety aspect of an all-wheel drive vehicle. You see, when you're sending power to all four wheels, then you have the maximum amount of mechanical grip that you can ever get in a four-wheeled vehicle. Now, that gives you a high level of confidence when you're driving at high speed, and or let's say when you're driving during a heavy rain, a heavy downpour. So you have that confidence and sure-footedness that you will have a good level or the maximum amount of control that you will need in your vehicle. Now, to get that in an SUV that will cost below 2 million Philippine pesos is really a hallelujah for me. Now, I know there are all-wheel drive vehicles out there that cost below 2 million Philippine pesos, like the Subaru XV, which is too small for me, the Suzuki Vitara All Grip Select, which is also too small for me, and also the Geely Azkara, which unfortunately is also just a 5-seater. You see, as a family man with 3 young kids, I really need a 7-seater because, of course, aside from my 3 kids and my wife, we also have our nanny with us whenever we're going on a family outing. So a 7-seater SUV is definitely a must. Now, since I also have a very steep parking ramp in my condo where I live, then all-wheel drive is also a must. In fact, my wife insists that the only vehicles that we have should be four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. And that, my friends, is the reason why this Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive is a freaking answered prayer. Now, the icing on the cake there is not only do we have all-wheel drive here, well, we also have 255 horsepower on top. Now, that, my friends, is something that you'd see in something like a Subaru Levorg, guys. And we have it here in the Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive. Now, you're probably gonna wonder, like, how does 255 horsepower feel when it comes to acceleration from a standstill? Well, I am really excited to show it to you guys. So I am going to find an open road here, a safe and open road where I can show you the straight line acceleration of the Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive. Hold on, give me a second.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, 255 horsepower, 390 Newton meters of torque, open road up ahead, sport mode on. I'm going to turn off the air conditioning just to give it maximum thrust. Let's go. Go! Woo! Woohoo! Oh yeah! And I'm not even doing the pedals, guys. It doesn't need it. Yeah! Whoa! 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 Yeah! Okay! What? What? I've never had this much fun and excitement since I first drove the Geely Coolray, guys. I mean, wow! Wow! I know some of you guys would be saying, like, what's the actual 0 to 100 kph time of the Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive? So I decided to enlist the help of my good friend, Wes Cabongcal of Bearing PH Motoring. So subscribe to his channel as well. So Wes has my, my cell phone here, and he's going to do a very unscientific method of timing me from 0 to 100. So I'm going to turn off the AC, put it on sport mode, and go! 100.
8.12.
All right. So guys, based on our very unscientific method of
And my poor reaction time.
and West's reaction time, so there are a lot of variables, we were still able to get 8.12 seconds 0 to 100 kph. So considering that this, my friends, is a mid-size 7-seater crossover, dude, 8.12 seconds, this is gonna have the Geely Cool Ray for breakfast.
Oh yeah.
Wow guys, that is really something else. I mean, 8 to 8.1 seconds 0 to 100 kph times, that is pretty phenomenal for a 7-seater crossover costing below 2 million Philippine pesos. Now, some of you might think that with great power comes, it needs to have great handling, and in that regard guys, that's where the all-wheel drive system of this thing comes in. You see, handling capabilities of this Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive is also spot on. I mean, wow, look, this is a corner. I'm going to take it pretty quick. And it can, see? It can take on fast corners with confidence, and you know that that all-wheel drive system has got your back. Now, of course, you can't expect it to corner like a sports car or a supercar, but for a 7-seater crossover or SUV for below 2 million Philippine pesos, dude, this thing is a performance king. Now, another concern that most people will have would likely be fuel consumption, because of course we've got 255 angry horses under the hood, so you might say that that thing might be a gas guzzler. Oh, but here's the thing. Coming to this location, I was able to get a reading of its city and highway fuel consumption. See, in the city, I was able to get 8.9 kilometers per liter, and on the highway, let me just quickly check my notes. On the highway, yes, I was able to get 14.2 kilometers per liter. But here's the thing, guys. That 14.2 kilometers per liter fuel consumption on the highway, we were 4 passengers here, and we had a full load of luggage at the back. So if you think about it, that is really, really good in terms of fuel consumption, especially since this can deliver that performance that you'd want from such a delicious all-wheel drive SUV. I mean, guys, you cannot expect this to have the same fuel consumption figure as a vehicle equipped with a 1.5 liter, because this is a 2-liter turbocharged gasoline motor. But as far as it goes, it has a really decent level of fuel economy. Overall, guys, well, this is just a really quick driving assessment of this Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive. But from every indicator that I've had in the few days that I've been driving this thing, I mean, guys, I've never been this tickled before in all the cars that I've reviewed, because the amazing value proposition that this vehicle will give when Chery Auto Philippines brings it into the country, yeah, it just makes me feel so excited, so crazy excited. I mean, I don't give an F on that, the fact that we don't have a panoramic sunroof, because for me, driving performance and overall driving dynamics takes first place. And this Chery Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive truly delivers the goods. Guys, I would be lying to you if I tell you that this Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive does not appeal to me. You see, it ticks all of the right boxes of what I am looking for in a vehicle. More power, all-wheel drive, and a superb value for money are main considerations for me. Now, this Tiggo 8 Pro all-wheel drive gives us all of that without breaking the psychological 2 million Philippine peso price barrier. Now, when you pair that with Chery Auto Philippines' longest warranty program and their premium preserve after-sales support, all I can say is, what the hell are you waiting for, Chery Auto Philippines? Bring this thing here already so that you can take my money. Thanks for watching.